What's this about? Oh my motherfucking Lord, dude. I can't breathe. The reason for that is what? It was what? I'm back. Man, this shit is bullshit, bro. Like, my whole internet shit just cut off on me. Then my phone, motherfucking reason, like I had to turn my phone off and turn it back on.
I have a question.
Fuck is they talking about? What the fuck? What? Oh, cut it out. Cut it out. Oh my god.
Fucking kid! Ah!
Wow. What? What? For real? What? Tish. Oh wow, so how is that your man's?
Holy shit! Oh! Oh! You scumbag! Hey, what's up? What? That's insane!
Hey, you there, bruh? Hey, where the LD go? That shit disappeared. Oh my God, I don't want to hear all this bullshit.
Like a black bitch's main woman over all them white girls he got. She stared around the restaurant with unseeing eyes. I knew I'd hit the tender spot. Since you're so curious, I went on. I'll tell you my plans. Sometime in the morning, I'm going to pack my bags and hit the highway. I haven't made up my mind yet to where I'm going, but Detroit will be 300 miles behind me this time tomorrow. It would have been impossible for a blind man not to see that my words hit home. She let out her breath slowly. Take me with you, Horson. If you do, I'll be yours for life. Why? I asked her point blank. The question caught her by surprise. She looked up at me sincerely. Why? I'll tell you why. Tony don't need me. All he needs is a banker. That's all I am to him. Somewhere in the back of my mind, her words rang a bell. Banker? What you talking about, Boots? With a sigh, she began to talk. He said he was going to buy his new Cadillac with it. Where is it? Her eyes met mine for a moment. Then she looked away. I got it put up at my apartment. She caught her breath and asked, Are you really leaving in the morning, Horson? The jukebox began to play the number by John Coltrane, These Foolish Things. I sat back and smiled. What goes around, comes around. I could see it in the bitch's eyes. That money belonged to me. All you got to do is walk out to my car and open the trunk. All my clothes are already packed, sitting out there waiting for me to ride out. Her voice was hoarse. Let's get up and walk out and make one stop. I'll run in and get the money, and then we can hit the highway. Right now, Horson. I'll give you every penny of it. She stopped long enough to get her breath. It don't make no difference when we leave. If you was going, we can just as well leave now. Now that was just like a bitch, I thought to myself coldly. She didn't stop to think that I might have some business of my own to take care of. I knew she was on the borderline and could jump either way. So I pushed her. I wasn't going to allow her time to think, because if she did, she might change her mind about that money. She knew as well as I did that once she took that money, Tony would break her back, wherever he found her. Her only chance would be to put many miles between her and Tony. I manipulated her like a puppy on a leash. Let's go, I said sharply, not giving her time to reason. She stood up, bewildered. Where? She asked in a shock.
You there?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, bro?
Man. I was not trying to listen to that.
You there still?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Ugly ass vermin. Anyway, dude got wind that I was talking about my imminent promotion.
Oh, damn, that shit, yeah. Wow. That's the shit. I can't believe the nigga used to talk like that.
Thank you for your years of wisdom and guidance, but there's a new dog in town like taking care
Crazy.
of legal problems.
The youngster
Come on,
sound is
man. Look,
crazy.
what is this? Look, this ain't even like no fucking job. It's like you doing your boy a favor, man. Come on, man. All you gotta do is deliver the car.
Yeah,
and
no,
that's it.
that was ridiculous.
Relax, man. It's gonna be cool.
Why the
Y'all
fuck?
stressing me out. Come on,
That was
man.
annoying.
Seriously, though. LD don't do stress. He do regalness like a real king. Now the cars is over there, dog. All you gotta do is get him and take him to this bar he got that's gonna get him overseas
I'm
before he
finna do this
motherfucking stop
LB
seizing
mission.
for some totally unrelated
I'll
crime
join you
that
here
he
in a second.
allegedly did. And the key word is allegedly. Come on, man, it's nothing. It's easy, man. Shit.
Bitch.
I'm mad because I gotta go to work early in the morning and it's finally not acting up. Your ass is finally online, and I need to
Yeah, right.
I need to take my ass to bed or I'm just weak as fuck. But luckily I get off early tomorrow though,
That's good.
and then go late Saturday. Damn it.
What's up?
Try that over, little man.
Let's do it. Get in there and send me an invite, and I will join you.
Alright.
So I'm on the opposite side of the map from you right now. So.
Well, I can invite you into the mission, right?
Yeah, you can invite me into the mission from inside the mission.
Okay.
When the screen pops up, it's gonna put you in a lobby with like one or two other people, and go down to invite players. It might even have to give you an option to play with friends in the session.
So I just hey, don't be no this nigga. Stupid ass nigga. This motherfucker, whoever I'm playing with, just gonna hit me and run over me with the car and all the shit. Like, dumb motherfucker shit, man.
Dude, every time. There was this dude that keeps trying to kill me, bro. I've killed him like 6, 7 times. He's trying to kill me. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I've already proven that I'm better than you. Go away.
But I be mad because I be hopping out the car, like, I be hopping out the car with it. Yeah, your dumb ass was spotted. Alright, I'm finna cut out on him and then, I don't know. You come meet me by the pier, we'll go into that motherfucker together.
Alright, give me a second.
I'm bouncing on this nigga.
I know there's a damn clue right here.
It's making me do it over.
You need to get him over to the bars in Cypress Flats, but the cops is looking for him, like really looking. If they
Did I not
see
do that?
your ass, we fucked.
It's making me do the mission again. So,
Which mission? What mission is it making you do again?
we gotta make it to the deal without being seen by the police. But like I said, I'm playing this mission with a bitch ass nigga, bro.
Oh, you're doing a different one than I thought you were gonna do. But yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
But I'm trying to get up out of this motherfucker because this motherfucker, he want to funk with me instead of trying to get the mission done.
I'm gonna come get you out real quick. Hang on.
I hope you can hear me, homeboy. You's a bitch, bruh. I hate having to call you bitch ass niggas bitches, bruh, but you's a bitch, bro. Shit. Play the motherfucking mission, man. That dumbass shit. I guess this is what my grown ass get playing this goddamn game. Now complete the mission, my nigga. Worry about not getting spotted by the police, homeboy. See, here you go. This motherfucker. Dumb shit. Shh. Well, whatever that dumb shit you on, it don't matter. Make it there without being seen. I can't shoot you or nothing. I would. You know it. Fuck out my way. Spotted, dumbass. Ah!
Shit, they saw you.
That was my.
Only made it like halfway there and my fucking helicopter fell out of the sky.
I can't get up out of this motherfucker without. I need this though anyway. Bruh. Quit being
Okay,
a.
so if you exit that game, I can send you an invite.
This nigga trying to fight with me, cuz he can't even hit me or nothing, bruh. We can't even hit each other, shoot each other or nothing. Quit acting like a stupid ass nigga, bruh. Dumb. God. This nigga's a hoe, bruh. Look.
Exit the mission.
Yarn shit.
Exit the mission, I'll send you an invite to mine.
Alright. This nigga. Turn your mic on, boy. Bruh, when I get back out into the public, I'm on his line, bruh. Whew. Whew, I slid past that boy. It was crazy because a cop was hitting the corner and I was going past a truck at the same time, so it didn't see me.
Alright. Are you gonna leave the mission?
How, nigga? You ain't give me no invite. Or I ain't get it.
I can't send you an invite until you leave the mission.
Oh, well, now, hold on. I'm trying to beat the mission. Hold on. I gotta beat the mission, man.
Alright, beat the mission.
You coming up on a deal. There should be a couple of Korean homies waiting there.
I command the Sabine. Okay. So what's up? You need me to run?
Hey, these are the buyers. Be cool with them.
It's not my motherfucking partner, this whole ass nigga.
If he's fucking around, it's gonna be impossible to beat the mission.
Sweet rise, homies. We're gonna get so much beaver in SK. I'll take you in a Snapmatic shot in Seoul. We have the
This nigga popping out with the pistol. Like a dumbass. Like you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if he's being a dumbass, then it's gonna be impossible to beat the mission.
Hey, something's wrong. Who this guy?
Alright, now I'm out of here.
Look out. They coming over fast.
I'm out of bullets.
Oh shit, I got my 3 racks. There. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright.
There you go, you're doing it. Alright.
Fuck, I didn't even see what his bitch ass name was. I seen what he looked like though.
He's in a different mission, so he's not gonna join us.
Nah, but when we back in public,
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
one nigga earlier drove up and hopped out on me and popped me. But at least I like how he drove up and jumped out. He didn't shoot me from the car or run me over or shoot me with no laser shit in the air on some obliterator machine.
Right? Those motherfuckers are the worst. They just roll up on an obliterator or in like a flying car or some shit and just shoot you with a missile.
Like
What the fuck, bro? I was just moving. Just doing shit. I wasn't even fucking with you. You just came over.
I didn't even know you, and you just came out of nowhere with this extra super special ass ugly
Somebody quit
missile.
the mission, so now we have to do it again. It's okay, I'll send you another invite.
I just need to get my fucking money up, man. And twice I've logged in and it said that that 500,000 in your bank account and there ain't no 500,000 in there.
It already gave it to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so they're sending the message still as if like, don't do that. You already gave it to me.
like,
I got it.
they're gonna send you another one. Yeah, you already got it. So why they keep sending you the message? I get it. I'll send you another invite.
I need to buy some bullets and shit too. Is you hopping out your car right here, or was you waiting for me?
This ain't right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I need to borrow the car though.
There you go.
Are you at the LD mission?
Yeah, they just sent you an invite.
By the pier?
No, I'm at a different one. Let me restart it because lobby filled up. Let's do it again. Just wait a second and I'll send you another invite.
Alright.
It'll pop up on your phone, it'll ding.
It says it's full of players.
Yeah, somebody fucking joined. I'm quitting. God damn it, this is a pain in the ass.
Well, I need to get some of these motherfucking cars for Simeon.
They don't give you shit.
For real?
They don't give you, yeah, they don't give you shit. You don't get shit for doing that.
When you take them to the pier, not selling them at the spray shops, but
yeah, no, you don't get shit for that.
Oh, that's
You
weird.
get like 5,000. You'll get like 20,000 for doing this mission.
Hey, get your ass out this car.
And they'll only give you money for 4 of the cars, so you can do 2 of these missions and get twice the money you get for stealing all 4 of those cars.
And then also still get some money for stealing cars. Every penny count. But all money ain't good money.
What are your daily objectives today? If you hold the...
That's what I don't know. How do you find out?
So, grab the big black pad thing in the center of your controller and push it down until your interaction menu comes up, where you have your quick GPS and shit.
Participate in a team deathmatch. Use some bull shark testosterone. Parachute from 650 feet.
Okay, we'll do this, and then we'll do a team deathmatch, and then I'll take you up in the helicopter and you can parachute. And the bull shark testosterone you have to buy on your phone.
For real?
You like buy it in your quick interactions menu. I don't know how exactly, but I know you can do it from there. Or you might be able to do it in the team deathmatch. Yeah, you can do it in the team deathmatch too, which is where it's going to be the most helpful.
Shit, I need to get some money so I can. I'm broke.
That's why we're doing this mission first. You'll get money for doing the daily objectives too. Like when you do all of them, I think you get like 10 G's.
Shit, I didn't know that shit even existed like that.
It only unlocks when you get to rank 15 or something like that.
There's still hella days that I just didn't do my objectives because I didn't know that was there. Yeah.
I'm the host now, so I can kick somebody out and clock it up or some shit.
Matter of fact, nigga, I had went so broke, bro. I couldn't pay my rent or some shit at one of my spots, so it told me until I had the money to pay that, I couldn't take a shower or do something else. I was like, what?
I invited you to the mission. And I gotta, hang on, I gotta kick somebody now.
Are you sure you will need to pay $400 to lose your wanted level and accept this invite? I gotta shake the police. Shit, B. See, now the shit ain't tripping. I was not in my nose. It was right here. Okay? Just so y'all know.
Did you accept the invite?
Yeah. And again, it says the session you're trying to join is currently full of players. Do you want to join?
Hang on a second. I'm gonna kick this dude again. And then I'm gonna turn this off. And then I'm gonna invite you.
Oh my gosh, it's almost 2. And I think I gotta go to work at 8.
Damn, dude.
Or 8:30.
There we go, I sent you another invite. Okay. The invite went through, I think. Hopefully it works this time, because there's nobody else can join.
Alright. I got a counterfeits run to make too, if you want to help me with that.
I can do that, yeah.
Alright, am I in the... No. What's
Just
going
says
on?
invited. There you go, he's joining.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I was hitting it. Purchase all ammo, 72 racks. No, thank you.
It's alright. Just be on my team and I'll kill everybody. Oh, you're on the other dude's team. He'll kill everybody.
Yeah, it's all good. Shit, I got. I'm.
Just gotta have some ammo, you'll be alright.
We rocking.
Damn, what's cracking, y'all?
We gang banging.
I watched this cutscene, so we're just getting seen so many damn times.
What's it?
It's your boy LD tickling your eardrums, homie. I'm riding with you. Now go on, hop in the ride.
Come on, what the fuck?
The Vagos gonna see that ride, and they gonna think it's the Ballers. The Ballers gonna see that one, and they gonna think it's the Vagos. Then y'all gonna hit those dudes, and then they gonna go to war with each other. It's a simple plan, but not so simple that any of y'all dumbasses could have came up with it. Now get
Hey, my passenger left. Like a hog.
Great. We just just went through all that work to get into this fucking lobby.
This is that bullshit, man. That's that bullshit.
God damn it. That was so dumb. We went through all of that bullshit, and then we just got kicked out anyway.
These motherfuckers be hoes, bro. Like, you can't come in the door being a bitch, man. You gotta... I don't know. These niggas be hoes.
It's so stupid. So stupid. Dude, I packed a... wow. I bought a pack of those pre-rolls, bro. I'm so fucking high. It's ridiculous.
For real. Hell yeah. You know, at Fresh Start, they got the little 5 for 10 pack, too.
I got the Rebel Spirits.
Yes, sir. Them my sis. Capture the area from Shadow Riders. Where? Yeah, see, my bank account empty. I got 14 racks in my pocket.
Oh my God! Bullshit.
I see. Huh?
I'm so mad about this stupid Lamar mission. Every time I try to do it, it's fucking ridiculous. Go through all that bullshit just to get it to open and fucking somebody leaves.
What's up? Let's try to do this heist.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Meet me at my house.
On my way, I'm like right behind you.
Oh, nigga, I got caught in the crossfire. I got caught in the crossfire. I ain't worried about y'all. I'm trying to go do this lick. I gotta get my money up. I can't beef with you.
That dude just
right
tried to
now.
throw a sticky bomb at me, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah, I can't beef with these niggas right now. I ain't got the money for war.
You ain't got the money, you ain't got the ammo, you ain't got none of that shit.
Yeah,
This dude's trying to shoot at me, bro. He sucks. Fuck with you. Wow, are you fucking kidding me?
Man. I understand. I got caught lacking.
Faggot ass.
I ain't coming for y'all right now. I'm just trying to hit the hallways and cuts and stay out the way.
I'm almost to your house, though. We're good.
Shit, I'm almost there. I'm on foot.
You're on foot? Shit,
Yes,
dude.
sir. Trying to make it through the war zone.
Coming back for you.
It's just like being in East Palo Alto, Pat.
Dude,
Oh yeah, I'm in the crossfire. Oh, it's me. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna get across that street. Oh, see this nigga, get your bitch ass.
Okay, get in the car. Get in the car. Oh, my bad, bro.
The following player added it. Who's Blush?
Added what?
Some. I think I just got added to a group or something.
He's coming back for us,
Hey,
bro.
bro, is that you talking? Yeah, that's me. What's happening with you? I just got murked. Oh my goodness. Did I just hop in the car with you, bruh?
Yeah, you were in the car with me.
Okay. Yeah. Cause these niggas is funky, bruh. They beefing, bruh. They ain't trying to let niggas make it to the house.
Get that Yermer, bro. Get the Yermer. I almost got it. One of us has to get this thing.
Where you
Alright,
at?
man. I'm right next to you. We got 2 different Yermers. Alright, get to your house, bro. Oh, we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're
But
outside.
still, they beefing. Get there.
They hella beefing. I'm at your apartment right now.
Alright, I'm on my way. Okay,
Just passed it.
this. Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know where I live no more. These bullets got me brain
Right
dead.
on by it.
Shit.
Right here.
Do a tuck and roll jumping out the car. Hurry up. Get in the house. Hurry up. Open the door.
Get your ass in the
Hey,
house,
bitch,
bro.
open the door. They shooting, bitch. Open the door.
They shooting, bitch. How the door open and the stove on? Shit.
Shit.
Oh, fuck.
I'm telling you. Come from where I come from, Cuddy. I can't stand for a person to tell me they gonna come pick me up. And bruh, and then I be sitting outside for 5, 10, 15 minutes waiting. That had me pissed off. Cause then you sit and duck, bro.
Right.
If you in I'll be acting up. Alright, let's go. Sit there with your thing out, cause ain't no telling who gonna pull up. Alright.
I have $740,000.
You have what?
740,000.
Shh, I don't even want to invite these suckers in, man. But we need 2 other motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah, you just gotta invite.
Auto invite. Yeah. Same motherfucker that just blew us up gonna come in this motherfucker.
Put matchmaking to open.
Alright. Bro, them niggas out there in a war zone, bro. They ain't trying to get no money.
Right.
God damn it, bro. So where the blush? Where you at, bruh? Ain't nobody trying to rock, bro.
Oh, we'll find someone.
Hey, my logo is visible now.
That's good shit.
Hell yeah. Like I can see it on your profile right now.
Your stamina's higher than mine.
For
I
real.
think your strength's higher than mine.
Shit, your driving is...
Maxed.
Yes. You are a Yermer. Here we go with this internet connection shit. Oh, fuck. This is when I just need to take my ass to bed.
You got one person joining.
Blush, yes. For sure. That's what's up. I don't think this person can hear me right at the second, but I was just saying, where's Blush at? And
Here they are.
there they are. That's what's happening. This nigga look manny.
Is that a dude?
I guess so. This nigga look manny. Is that his beard hanging from the chin? That nigga got a super Fu Manchu.
I think that's supposed to be like a
The long
face
chin.
mask. With
Hello?
those, like a tube for and like an air mask.
Yeah. Lee Billy Bandicoot. What's happening? What's up? Yeah. Okay then. We mobbing. What's happening, everybody? Can y'all hear, nigga?
We're in a party because we didn't want to hear those last people, remember? So they can't hear us.
Oh, they can't?
Unless you want to switch to game chat, we can do that.
Yeah, ain't true. Do you gotta do it or I do it?
You do it. You gotta go to, you open the quick menu.
Yeah, hold on.
Pick your thing and then hit game chat.
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
What's good, folks? Hello? What's good with you? Y'all trying to get some money? Let's get it.
Okay, we got two teams. Split up and hit your objectives. I'm setting up a healthy atmosphere of competitiveness. Here's that. Station team, you're going for the Bolingbroke transit schedule. You've got the right uniforms, but they'll be no good to you if you turn up on foot or in civilian transportation. Get a hold of a cop car using any means necessary. Then you can go to the station, and I shouldn't need to say this. Don't get yourselves killed.
Oh. Well, they already coming with beef now, too. Yeah.
Piece of garbage! Man down, Sweet Mary!
Oh, that nigga popped the tire.
You got a car? Okay, make sure no one's following you. You can't turn up at the station while you're wanted by the police. Unless you're turning yourself in, that is. Who's the cops?
Oh, I just got murked too. Sorry, fellas. I'm coming, bruh. You in the car? All right. Get there. Oh, dude, I was gonna hop in the car. Not at all. All right, let me get them motherfuckers off my ass real quick. It's all right, Blush. Nah, don't even trip, pimp. We gonna get it done. It's all good. Quick restart. Restart. We at it again. Nigga, I will wait till I get home from work to go to sleep. Sleep for 2 hours, go to work, get home, go to sleep. Maybe not. Alright. Alright, I won't do it the wild way. Be right back.
Station team, you're going for the Bowling Grove transit schedule. You've got the right uniforms, but they'll be no good to you if you turn up on foot or in civilian transportation. Get a hold of a cop car using any means necessary. Then you can go to the station, and I shouldn't need to say this. Don't get yourselves killed.
Hello, this is 911. What emergency service do you require? Thank you. Police officers are en route to your current location.
Fuck you too. Whoa. You ain't shit, no.
You got a car? Okay, make sure no one's following you. You can't turn up at the station while you're wanted by the police.
Nothing like Macbeth on ice at the end of the day. Feels good to have white collar jobs.
From the looks of it, you're clear. Now, go into the station and come out with the hard copy. On the way in, you won't have a problem with the cops unless you act stupid. On the way out with the document, I don't know. I would do this quickly if I were you, just in case someone adds 2 and 2 and makes you.
Nah, it'd be easy to get in and out. Yep. Why? I hate when it does that digital jump shit. Did it do a skip on yours? On your side?
Hello.
Goddamn drunk! Stop staring at me. Stop staring at me. It's assault.
You got it? All right, get out of there.
I know what you think.
Okay, one more thing. I'm gonna need you to torch the cop car to stop this coming back at us. There are some gas cans under the Olympic Freeway in Marietta Heights that'll do the job.
I'm gonna try to get. I want to try to get that Fortnite soon, cause I want to try to learn how to play that shit. What the fuck? It's alright. Try again. I don't think we gotta do nothing but burn the cars now. Once we knock this one down, we get to do the actual heist and get this dough. the first time I've ever had to really call
Hello, this is
911.
911. What emergency service do you require?
Station team, you're going for the Bolingbroke transit schedule. You've got the right uniforms, but they'll be no good to you if you turn up on foot or in civilian transportation. Get a hold of a cop car using any means necessary. Then you can go to the station, and I shouldn't need to say this. Don't get yourselves killed.
Huh? Nah, let them get their ass out and walk off. Oh, well then. Yeah, hold on, bruh. Stay back. Stay back. Pull. Go.
You can't turn up at the station while you're wanted by the police. Unless you're turning yourself in,
Huh?
that is. Lose the cops.
Come on. Nah, they. Ah, glad it wasn't on me. I ain't gonna lie, I'm just glad it wasn't on me, cause that was a fuck up. Huh? No. Nah, nigga, I can drive, bruh. That was a fuck up. You ain't got me in the yerms, bruh. Your bar is all the way maxed out, but you don't got me on the yerms, bruh. I don't. On that race car, yeah, nah. On the racetrack shit, bruh, bruh, my yermin is impeccable, bro. When I'm not fucking up.
Station team, you're going for the Bolingbroke transit schedule.
And we just gotta headshot them niggas straight away.
If you turn up on foot or in civilian
Don't even let them
transportation,
niggas get out the
get a hold
car.
of a cop car using
As soon as
any
they
means
pull up,
necessary.
headshot
Then
them
you can go to the
boys.
station, and I shouldn't need to say this. Don't get yourselves killed.
Fuck is they coming from? Here they come. Coming from behind us. Mike Brown.
You can't turn up at the station while you're wanted by the police.
And George Floyd.
Yourself in, that is. Who's the cops?
It's crazy as fuck what's going on in Minneapolis right now. I used to live there. Yeah, I lived in Minneapolis for 3 years. And yes, Minneapolis is really mini Chicago. Everybody that live in Minneapolis is mostly from Chicago, nigga. Like 90% of the population is from Chicago. So therefore, yeah, I love Minneapolis. It's just too cold in the wintertime. It gets 20 degrees below zero. That's the reason I left. The exact reason I left. 20 degrees below zero. The day that hit the news, I packed up my bags and got in the Greyhound and went back to California. I don't know how I made it 2 winters before that, because that shit is cold, bro. But downtown Minneapolis, the city center, the skyways, like, it's so dope because you could walk around downtown in the wintertime when it's snowing and go to damn near every building downtown but never have to be outside, because they got these things called the skyways that connect all the buildings from up top. So like, as you walking through the skyways, you can look out the little windows and see what's going on outside. The cars driving under you and everybody standing outside and all the shit. And nobody goes home until about 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Every day. Except for Monday and Tuesday nights be the weakest nights. Allergies is getting in here somehow.
From the looks of it, you're clear. Now, go into the station and come out with the hard copy.
How y'all doing on y'all mission?
Cops, unless you act stupid. On the way out with the document, I don't know. I would do this quickly if I were you, just in case someone adds 2 and 2 and makes you.
Oh, y'all trying to shake the police right now? Don't worry, y'all got it. Just get your yerm on. Well, if we had to, after this mission, we'll come pick y'all up.
You got it? All right, get out of there.
I hate you. You
Okay, one more thing. I'm gonna need you to torch the cop car to stop this coming back at us. There are some gas cans under the Olympic Freeway in Marietta Heights that'll do the job.
Y'all still running from the police? Why? Yermer, boy. Y'all on y'all way back to the spot? Woo, Yermer, boy. That's Yerman. Woo, Yerman. Yerman. Woo. Good shit don't last forever. Damn. Y'all back at the spot? Congratulations. Good job, bro. What? All right, now we get to do the heist, right? Yeah, hold on, bro. Let me try to see what time I gotta be to work tomorrow. Alright, I gotta be to work at 10:30, so I'm good. So my niggas, man. What? Oh. Hello? Alright. Let's get it. Yeah. The fuck is he doing? Oh, okay. Yes, sir. You there, Blush? You there, bruh? Hold on. I'll be right. Hello? Hello? Alright, hold on. Hello? What's up, bro? So how you doing, pimp?
A couple lawyers to bend the law to your will, then who can you kill, right?
Huh?
Oh, here they are. Gavin Van Zaloo and Josh Sherman. Get them on the way to City Hall. Get the
You there,
documents
Avery?
they're carrying. Business partner is Dima Popov. Extremely rich,
Ave?
extremely paranoid, and extremely horrible. Don't cry for this guy. No one
Let me
else will.
see. I
He's renting a place up
think
in Richmond.
hold on. What? Let me see. Avery. You there, bro? Okay. Hey, nah. Hey, it's
Oh
just
wait,
me, you,
no,
and
he's back.
Blush in here. You hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
You there, Blush? Can everybody hear each other?
I can hear you, yeah.
You there too, Blush? Alright, for sure. Alright, we finna get this done. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Get out the way, lady. Oh, my bad, Pup.
Final stretch now. It's a 2-horse race with 2 of you in each horse, the ass and the head. Horse 1 is going for the lawyers at City Hall. Horse 2 is on the business partner in Richmond. Sound good? Get moving. Horse 1, there's a ladder going up to the roof of the building opposite City Hall. You've got your long-range rifles, right? You want to minimize risk of failure, so you're taking your kills at exactly the same time. Coordinate your shots. Climb the ladder, get in position on the rooftop.
Where everybody at? Alright. Fuck it, let's get there. Everybody on their way?
Oh, my shit was muted. But yeah, you and your teammate have a different spot to go to than me and my teammate.
Okay. Ooh, that's... How the fuck am I supposed to get to it? You already up there, Blush?
Gotta use a gun suppressor.
How come I can't find a way to get to this vantage point? Huh? Where the fuck am I supposed to go?
Oh my god, I'm stuck, really? Dude,
I can't.
Get out of here.
I'm coming around the corner. Oh, okay, I see the ladder now.
Wow, I just got killed there. That was bullshit.
For real? Did it just pop you back in?
Yeah, I'm good. I just fucking died right there. We gotta do it again. Me and my teammates. I fucked it up.
It's all good.
My bad.
It's all good. We got this. Kevon Briscoe, what's up, partner? Thank you for that. Appreciate the follow. I will follow you back, pimp. I had that motherfucking ladder hidden. One. Alright, for sure. One.
Well done. Now, go down and get their documents, and if the police corner you, make sure you're killed, not captured.
Oh, shit.
The other team just cleaned up at Popov's house. Bring the deposition back in.
Bro, what the fuck? How? I was in cover and somebody killed me.
Do not bring those documents anywhere near the apartment until you are sure the police are not following you. Copy?
Ditch the police first. You got him?
I think we might have fucked it up. I fucked it up.
Yeah, you died. It's all good. One more run. We gonna knock it down for sure this time. Oh, we gotta do it. We gotta do it all over.
Climb the ladder and get in position on the rooftop.
No! No! Hey! Hey, that was me being in a dumbass hurry. My dumbass jumped off the fucking roof. Stupid ass. It's crazy because sometimes this fool be surviving them big ass falls. Alright. I'm here, bruh. I'm here.
Got a clear view of the steps? Vanderloop and Sherman are on route in a black benefactor shafter. Do not shoot until they're out of the car.
Same thing.
Here they come. Wait till they're out and take the shots at the exact same time. 2 shots, 2 kills.
Ready?
Well done. Now, go down and get their documents, and if the police corner you, make sure you're killed, not captured.
Come on, let's go!
Do not bring those documents anywhere near the apartment until you are sure the police are not following you. Copy? The other team just cleaned up at Popov's house. Bring the deposition back in.
Huh? I'm in the orange. Yeah. What the fuck? My bad, bro.
Sounds like the locals have given up their pursuit. Good work, team.
Yeah. We getting further and further into it. Good job, bruh.
All objectives complete. Good.
The fuck is that under his eye? Good job, folks.
Okay, we got one more. This is the heist, the big shit. Big kahuna. About to break a fool out of jail.
Money, 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 money time. Yarmy. He ain't gonna turn. The way I smell, got the rubber on my tires burning.
What kind of car you got there, Blush?
Cycle.
Oh, you gotta start the heist. Okay.
You got it off the wheel?
Can I see that for a second? I want to get in it
That's dope.
for a second. We're riding this bitch. Oh shit.
That's hella dope, though.
Trying to get me a new car. Trying to test some shit out.
Hey, you know the other. Hey,
One
you
where you
know
can
the
spin
other
it
hustle.
repeatedly, or the 4-second one? You trying to do? Were you doing the you can spin it repeatedly, or the 4-second one? I haven't tried it yet. Might have to give it a shot. The fucking little eensy weensy bullshit. That thing sucks. Car's garbage.
But I'll just be going and trying to collect my chips and stack them chips up every day.
Dude, if you hit the lucky wheel every day, you can get money or respect or extra cars and shit.
Yeah. Alright.
Damn, this thing's quick.
What?
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. This thing's quick, shit. I like what you did to it, the little purple and the white, it's nice. White walls on it, sick. And there's the heist invite.
Alright. Alright, it should be, yeah. invite, Avery?
There we go. I got it. It was being weird.
Crash Bandicoot. Little Billy get his.
Got that double action revolver and did the 50 headshots thing, and it gave me like 250,000. Yeah. I know I got to do one team deathmatch, and then I got mine done. I think I got all the other ones done. Thought I'm like hella close.
Somebody tell something to Billy, little Billy Bandicoot. He got the invite, but
I just sent him an invite. He was just saying he needed their money from this heist and he hasn't joined it. What the hell?
is he still outside somewhere?
He sent me an invite to his heist. I think he fucked up.
I don't want to ask somebody who ain't put in the work. Young man need to come on, man. You put in the work. Let me see. Shit, somebody gotta come in there.
If he ain't gonna accept it, that's not our fault.
For real. Man. This be the weak part about not having squad, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just sit here in these damn lobbies forever trying to pick people up. When my bunker fills up, bro, and I have to do sales, I have like 6 cars I gotta fucking run across the damn map. Should be so much easier if I have people.
For real. don't think he checking his messages or something. Bro was just.
According to mine, he's not even online. Okay, this Professor KJ06 dude's joining. Make some money, guys. Shit.
I'm saying. Here we go.
There it goes.
Yeah. Let's get it. Appreciate you fucking with us, pimp.
What kind of outfit's this dude wearing, bro?
I didn't even see it.
You're gonna see it here in a second, believe me. You're gonna know immediately which one I'm talking about.
Got a bit of a problem. Some asshole got wind of what we were up to. Apparently killing a guy's closest associate puts a bit of a spotlight on him.
Look like the
we
lawnmower
totally put a
man.
price on the professor's head, so we gotta move. Now, is that clear? Can we get going? All right. And remember, the professor's paying you, not me. Not me at all. So keep him alive. Based on this inmate transfer schedule, Bolingbroke are expecting a new arrival. One of you is going to intercept the transport, make sure it doesn't get there. 2 of you are going to be taking our prison bus and making your way into the facility in its place. You'll be playing inmate and guard. Stay in character as long as it's useful, then make your way to the rooftops. I'll get on the radio and give you a path to the prof. Meanwhile, the pilot will have picked up the plane and be waiting on the evac in the air. Whoever stole the bus will be bypassing the prison and torching it somewhere discreet. After that, it's just a matter of getting your guy out of the clink and getting him onto the plane. Everyone flies out of there except for the bus thief. Professor Reshkovsky takes control of the plane. The 3 of you on board take a jump. The professor's out of U.S. airspace and reunited with his precious car. Simple. Should be the easiest money you'll ever make. Speak soon.
Alright. Alright, let's see. Let's get it, fellas.
I'm in a loading screen. What happened?
Yeah. Is it start? I think it's finna start it, right?
No, because you didn't set anything.
What? Like a motherfucker.
I'm not even in. What just
Dude,
happened?
dude left.
Hey, I'm not even in your lobby, and it just kicked me out of your apartment.
That's that bullshit.
Do it again. Send us another invite. Shit.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. There we go. Joining.
But it's just y'all, I think, oh boy, cut turf. There we go. Oh, I'm beating myself up right now.
Fucking hungry as shit.
Man, you don't even know how many bologna sandwiches I done ate.
Dude, I ate a whole pack of ramen.
I need
Dude,
to
I
make
need some
me.
fucking mac and cheese, bro. I need some mac and cheese and a bunch of cheeses. Oh,
Man,
yeah, for real.
hell yeah.
Dude, you ever had Frito pie, bro? Shit. Dude, Frito pie is the bomb. I'm way too high to be talking about Frito pie right now, bro. It's ridiculous. Can't be sleeping on the Frito pie, man.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm dumbass sleep. What is that?
You know what Frito pie is, bro? Okay, so it's chili, cheese, and Fritos. You can have like regular Fritos, hot Fritos, whatever you want. Sour cream or like Greek yogurt and a bunch of cheeses and some chili. It's great.
Okay.
It's cheap. It tastes bomb.
Sound like
That shit'll fill you up too.
Sound like a spread, a homemade spread.
Oh yeah, for real. And you can fit it all in one bowl. My mom used to make it for us in coffee cups, bro. A
For
little bit of
real.
chili, cheese, Fritos, mix it up, heat it up, and then put some like Greek yogurt or sour cream in it. So fucking good. Used to have all sorts of shit in it. We used to use Takis instead of Fritos.
Ain't none of these niggas trying to get no money, bro. That nigga cut out right when we finna do them. That shit. These niggas is different. I'm not tripping. Everybody getting their cut.
We're getting the most money. These motherfuckers ain't getting shit. Whoever joins last. Fuck this dude that joins last, bro. Shit. He didn't do any of the work.
Man. But see, that's also probably why motherfuckers ain't trying to join in, because they think they gonna get short. Everybody gonna get their cut. We need to hit this shit.
Give Blush a larger cut than me, because that motherfucker let me drive his car.
Definitely. That's what's up.
I'm gonna get $100 grand anyway for doing this the first time, so I'm not worried about it.
Man, this shit is... I don't know what to say.
That's what you need to do. Just start spamming motherfuckers, bro. That's all I'm gonna do. Start spamming fools. I don't have anybody online right now, damn it.
Shit.
Well, I mean, it's like
motherfuckers I got, they on here with me. Shit. I'm waiting for some folks from my live meter squad up with me too.
That's what we need. We need your live meter to just fucking get active on it.
I'm telling you. I got a homegirl I met. I'm waiting for her. We gonna play soon. So she say, maybe.
Oh,
Bless
excuse me. Shit.
Bless you.
Damn. Blew my whole face off, bro. Shit.
Bless you, bruh.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I can't. Shit. I gotta take my black ass to sleep, man. I gotta go to work. Yes. But it's a short day tomorrow too, so I'll be back. I'll be back. Well, shit, man. Bless, I appreciate you, man. You gonna be active tomorrow? Blush. Hey, Kim Folk. I think bruh cut too. That nigga was like, fuck this, I'm going to make me some Frito pie.
Right, yeah, for real.
Like, these niggas ain't enjoyed it. But shit, if bruh active tomorrow, we'll be back at it tomorrow.
Cool.
Whether or not, I know you will. I know you'll be active.
Here.
So at some point, man, my folks on live me, hey, Amanda Cummings, I appreciate you, lady. Thank you for sharing the broadcast. But if anybody want to squad up, man, if you got a PS4, you fuck with the GTA, man, get active with your boy. Let's get some money. But shit, man, Cuddy Day. Shit, we gonna try out the. Hey, you wanna just help me with this? That's you, Blush?
Yeah, my bad.
I said that shit. I said that shit. I was like, that nigga said, fuck this. I'm finna get me some Frito pie, cuz. Hey, but shit, you gonna be active tomorrow, bruh?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Okay. Well, shit, we gonna get at it again tomorrow. I got it. Yes, sir.
Was that you talking on the thing?
I wasn't talking. I was playing I was listening to a audio book. Man, it's one of my favorite. I'm kind of upset because the version that they got on YouTube is skipping hella parts and shit. But it's a old school book by Donald Goines, and that shit's it's a dope ass story if you read it. Yes, sir. But I just, I figure I just like to listen to some shit while I'm playing this shit. Yes, sir. Huh? What?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Wait. I'm not laughing at you, but I'm laughing at the fact that your nigga told you that the bitch told him that. That's crazy.
That's how they do you.
Okay, I could dig that. Yeah. It's straight up.
Yeah, that's crazy because I don't talk shit about people. I don't tell people around like back and shit like that. So I'm just like, that's crazy.
Yes, sir.
But I lost my virginity.
Oh. God. But I mean, you got to get a benefit of the doubt for the fact that it was your, and was it hers?
Oh no. She had the problems. She was like,
I mean, I believe in the case. I believe in it, but
That's wild.
I understand it. But at the same time, don't mind what she say, cause it's easy for, you know what I'm saying, it to be looked at as she's just hating. I don't know.
I don't call that shit cheating. I call that shit giving a dick a break.
Straight. Who I just heard say that? I just, Apple and Preach. I was just watching the Abba and Preach, and that's what that dude said. He said something, a bitch had did something to this dude, and he was like, yeah, man, don't no. It was the other dude, Patrick Cloud. The bitch was hella strong. She took a frying pan and bent that shit in half. And the question was, the question was, what would you do if she cheated on you? and the dude was like, dude, I wouldn't call that cheating. I would call that giving your dick a break. Cause my God, I mean, if she's doing that, then nigga, she's already just beating on the nigga. You know she's just beating his ass.
Beat the fuck out of her, bro.
I'm saying, bro, when she yanking on your situation, bro, she damn near yanking it off like nigga. So, oh, when she cheat on you, you looking at the other nigga like, thank you. Can you do it for like 2 more weeks, bro? I need a rest, my nigga. I'm on vacation right now, bro, cause she won't let me leave. she won't let. I done told her 3-4 times I'm you know what? I'm too fragile.
Been locked in the basement for a week, bro. You gotta give me a break.
God damn it. But, nah, man. Don't even trip off of that, yeah, man. That's young talk, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the same time, that was your first situation. You know what I'm saying? So,
bro, you have a foot-long dick, and as soon as the bitch gets off of you, bro, she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, it was so small."
Cause guaranteed for one, I apologize to have to say this, but already. You know what I'm saying? For one, it's either one, they gon' brag about your situation, and they already know that's gonna have them other ones knocking at your door, or they gon', you know what I'm saying, they gon' denounce your situation because they don't want other ones knocking at your door. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta take it. You gotta think about it in that sense. Like, I mean, she just don't want nobody else to come and get your. You know what I mean? To find out about it. But I mean, you got some time to grow and bounce back. You know what I'm saying? And redeem yourself. Maybe not with that situation. You don't want that one again. You already, you know what I'm saying? You already know you done been through that, and there was no graphs for it. Yeah, so you drove through that tunnel, came out the other side unscathed. keep
yearning.
A
lot worse, bro.
Keep yearning.
I promise you, if you're with a girl, she's telling all her friends about you. And when you're not with her, all that shit's bad.
And the but you know that you know you are talking shit right now though, right?
Yeah, you are. You're 100% told us about it itself is a facet of talking shit.
It's just to be honest. Okay. Okay.
I ain't trying to throw you under the bus because I don't care, but I'm just saying, just so you're aware of what you're doing.
For sure, for sure. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. But at the same, but
Plus, it's not like he's gonna get back to her. Like, we're gonna tell this bitch. I'll hunt her down, find her phone number, let that bitch know.
nah, it's not even about none of the
Hey, this
the
homie I
thing
met
is,
online named
the
Blush
thing is,
decided to talk shit
truthfully,
about
the thing
you.
is, truthfully, young man, you gonna learn from experience. Experience is the best teacher. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta learn from your mistakes. And so you gotta figure out what your mistakes in this situation was. You know what I'm saying? In order to be able to avoid that from the next time. You know what I mean? But do know that you're going to go through many mistakes and different experiences. You know what I'm saying? And with that, what she told people or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? There's some that follow, and then there's some that think for themselves, you know what I'm saying? So even if she's telling that to other females, you know what I'm saying, there's females that's gonna be like, okay, well, I didn't want to fuck with him no way, that was your dude. And then there's some that's like, girl, you probably lying, I'm finna find out for myself, you know what I'm saying? And you know why you so don't even trip off of it. Like, rain to a raincoat, man, let it fall off your shoulders.
I was engaged for a while, bro, and I used to have this girl. I used to like run her bath, bro, make her tea, cook for her, all sorts of shit. And that shit started to tell people that I used to beat her, bro, and then I would fuck it, like I just haul out and hit the bitch or some shit. And she told a bunch of people that shit. I didn't do anything about it because I figured, hey, if somebody believes that shit, they don't know me anyway. And if somebody doesn't believe it, then alright, whatever, we can be friends, cool. And then nobody believed her, and she got hella mad at me and started screaming.
What is my favorite is one of my favorite sayings in my is this I'm mad at myself because I can't think of it word for word at the second, but it's something like, if someone is speaking negative of you or what is it, if someone is if someone is telling lies about you, make sure that your actions how is it? I can't think of how the fuck the saying goes, but basically it's by the way that you carry yourself and the things that you do around others. When somebody else comes talking down about you, they won't believe what that person says because they know from themselves what they know of you. You dig what I'm saying? So as long as you carrying yourself and making sure that what you do is what you do, whenever somebody else comes speaking non-facts about you, another person won't be able to believe it because they know what the truth is about you, unless they're a person that just goes off of what somebody else says. You dig what I'm saying? I hate that I can't think of how the saying exactly goes, bro, but it's, you know what I'm saying? If somebody's lying about you, make sure that your actions make sure.
Just don't let your actions prove their lies.
That part. That part. That part. That
Yeah,
part.
exactly. Ain't nobody can say that shit about me because my
where
skinny ass, little
I'm
white boy ass, got
I
no
have to
confidence to tell them otherwise.
I'm gonna have to point out a proof. I'm gonna have to point out a little proof to you right now. Don't take it in the wrong way, but say somebody was to tell me like right now was like, man, that nigga blessed me talking shit about motherfuckers, right? And then you tell somebody I don't talk shit about, that's not who I am. That's not what I do. This and that. And then you talk to us, and then you talk shit. You just proved what somebody else said about you instead of proving them wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like, I won't say that I don't talk shit about people, because I talk shit about a motherfucker to their face, behind their back, whatever the case is. Well, I say what I think when I feel like I say what I want to. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the way I am is, I mind my own business, and what me and you speak about, I don't go speaking about to the next motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of person, if I see you in the street, like say we at the store or something, I see you at the store, what's up, Blush, woo, this and that, and then I hit a corner and go down the street, and then I see Avery, I see Phantom, and I'm like, what's up, bro, woo, woo. When I talk to him, it won't even cross my mind to be like, oh yeah, I just seen Blush around the corner. You dig what I'm saying? Like, that won't even cross my mind. And if a motherfucker asks me, what's up, you seen Bless? I don't even know. Shit, I ain't talked to him in a second. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't none of nobody's business. It's the same as like when you go somewhere and you meet new people, and say like somebody asks you where you from, right? And you say where you from, and then somebody's like, oh yeah, that's where you from. Hey, you know such and such? Do not be like, yeah, I know such and such. Be like, I don't even know. Maybe I might know who that is, but even though you know who it is, because you don't know who this person is and why they're asking if you know that person. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So therefore, you keep your shit to yourself. But as far as like, if you can talk shit about a motherfucker all day, because if that's what you feeling and you thinking, so, but it's up to you if you talking it to just everybody or with, you know what I'm saying, your one-on-ones.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Integrity is a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
So, man, again, rain to a raincoat. Let that shit roll off your shoulders, man. Fuck what she talking about. Is that bullshit. And you gon' you know what I'm saying, you gonna progress and step up to something better.
Speaking of coats, man, I'm hella pissed that I bought you that coat and it got hella hot outside. This shit's whack. I fucking bought you that nice ass coat and then it's 90 degrees 3 days in a row.
My boy got me this. I'm some folks would say Superman fan. I say Superman I am. I ain't no fan, I am him. But my boy got me this dope ass Superman jacket. And I ain't even got to rock it yet, cause I'm not finna rock it until I got somewhere to step with it.
Yeah, and everything's fucking shut down.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was just telling Phantom I used to live in Minneapolis, man, where that shit happened at, and it's yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. It like no bullshit. I told you I got a fucking a warrant from Minneapolis.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, it's 15 years. It's 15 years old. From 2004. No, it's from 2003 because I left Minneapolis in 2004. or no, I left in 2004, so that's when it was, but I was on probation in 2003 or whatever in Minneapolis, and I left, and it's a non-extraditable warrant. So therefore, they never could extradite me from California or the West Coast or whatnot. And it's 15, or shit, it's 16 years later now. And that shit still pulls up when if I was to talk to the suckers, like I have to tell them, yes, I have a non-extraditable warrant out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh, I guess just don't go back to Minneapolis. Don't worry, I'm not. Shit.
Right. I ain't going anywhere near Minnesota. You ain't got to worry about it.
Man. But Minnesota, man, I'm telling you, like it is active in Minneapolis on everything I love. Like, it's lovely. Like, so you heard that book that was playing last night, right?
Yeah.
Blush. Did he leave again? He went for his Blush. You gone, little man? Young bro, gone. Well, I was listening to this book. You heard that shit last night?
Yeah, I was watching your stream.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. But well, yeah, this book, man. It's my favorite book in the motherfucking world, man. It's called Horse. It's called Horse. Are you there, Blush? Oh, I was finna say, I swear to God, that nigga left for his Fritos again. That nigga was like, I need to chew on something. Hey, but nah. Okay, so you heard the book that was playing last night, right? It's a book called Horse Son. And, like, this shit ties back to Minnesota for me. It ties back to Minneapolis. Like, that shit going on in Minneapolis is bringing memories for me. Because, like I said, I used to live there. But that book is Horse Son, and it's based on that life. And what a lot of folks don't know, man, or a lot of square folks don't know, is that a lot of times in the game when it comes to partnerships between a male and a female getting money, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be as PG rated as I can with this conversation, like, and talk baseball a little bit. So do understand that some of the way I'm talking baseball, you get it? But so a lot of the times it is females that will turn dudes out. As far as a dude could, like, I was turned out by a female, and that book is the result of that. I had a best friend, man. Her name was Sarah, and she was active in that life. You know what I'm saying? And I met her on a humbug type situation, and she kidnapped me for 5 days, basically. Like, the first night I met her, walked her to the house, she did not let me leave for 5 days. Cuddy.
What the fuck?
Like, yeah, I swear to God. Like, I lived somewhere else and all the shit, and like, yeah, was in trouble when I got there. But before them 5 days was over with, you know what I'm saying? That's like the third day is when she let me know what the situation was, that what she did, what her occupation was, and put something in my hand to where, you know what I mean, that was like, you're not going nowhere. Here, this is yours, and and so forth, and this and that, and started a whole, oh my goodness. These females, period, bro, these women, You ladies. Bruh, I'm gonna give you a little bit of, like, 9 times out of 10, when you see a female somewhere, bruh, and you thinking you finna knock you a female, she's knocking you. Because before you seen her, bruh, she seen you. She put herself in that situation, in that place, for you to see her, for you to come over and speak. And you might think that was, and you might think it was just that moment that you seen her, that 2 minutes before you seen her, she already had seen you. Nah, she damn near seen you few days ago, 5 days ago. She knows somebody you know, and she done ask questions about you and all kind of shit. And she put herself in a place for you to come in, approach. Like, these women is, bruh, they run the motherfucking world, bro, and they know it. And then there's a lot that don't know it. And it's us men that don't know it as well that fall victim to a lot of the shit. And then there's a lot of men that do know it. And they know how to or they ain't got no control over the situation. She's controlling it all. And he thinks he's controlling it. So, man, you just got to stay on your P's and Q's, period, at all times, especially when it comes to dealing with these females, bro.
Nah, you the coolest dude in my life, bro.
I appreciate that.
I've been saying that forever, bro.
I appreciate that, pimp. I ain't nobody, though. But just, I am somebody that do want to see you, you know what I'm saying? Or not see, but know that you gonna, you know, take care of yourself and get everything you deserve and grow in life, man. Don't let nobody, you know what I mean, take you off track or off course with no bullshit. That's all. But wait, not yet. You still there?
No.
Alright. Avery.
Yeah, what's good?
I'm not even finna do that one run now. I need to take my black ass to bed so I can go to motherfucking work.
We can do it another time. We'll do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Both of y'all niggas. I'll see y'all niggas tomorrow, man. Have a blessed night, bro.
Have a blessed one,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Later.
One. I ain't really want to get. I wanted to tell the whole little story, but I ain't really want to get into the story because I don't really know who's listening and who's I ain't. Not everybody business like that. I got stories. Oh my motherfucking Lord, I got motherfucking stories for the right ears and motherfuckers that need to know. Experience if I can tell. You know what I'm saying. To help somebody not make the same mistakes and all the shit, I do got some stories for some real ones. But it ain't for everybody. My life is not for your entertainment. This game is, though. Watch.
Oh, shit.
I need to take my black ass to bed. The fuck?
Come on, lady. Don't fight.
She ain't even trying to hop out the car. Hey, that shit feels so, I mean, like, I appreciate that like a motherfucker. Folks say that shit, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of motherfuckers say that after they chop it up with me and meet me in person type shit. But when motherfuckers don't know me, they just be acting so damn spooked. Hey, that bitch got tossed out the window though. Hold on. I gotta see that. January, I appreciate that. Thank you for the love, folks. Oh, I missed it. Man, yeah, I appreciate you, January. All the way from January to January.
Shit.
Damn. That nigga got ran over. And he ready to box. He was finna chase after the bike. Kick that nigga leg from up under it. God damn it. But yeah, like I'm saying though, I appreciate it, because man, living out here, get away, these motherfuckers be acting like it's a monster walking around, like I'm finna harm somebody and all the shit. That shit be really, it really be affecting me, my nigga. And so that's why I love my motherfucking job as a cashier. I get to, you know what I'm saying, do my best to put a smile on the customers' faces and shit. And so when every now and then when I be having them customers that be just like, oh, you're my favorite cashier, and oh, you know, I had a bad day today, and you know, I appreciate talking to you. You turned in all that shit. I'll be appreciating that like a motherfucker. I appreciate. I'm not a bad guy. Just a real nigga with a bad side. Oh my God! Man, thank you again, folks. January. That is a lady, right? Or I don't no. Oh, nigga. Where is that? Where I see it. I see it. There you go, you bitch ass nigga. Go ahead. Come on. Punk ass cat. The fuck? You see that? Nigga thought he was finna eat me up. Alright, damn, I gotta go to bed. I need to put this motherfucking controller down. I just want to yarn and turn. Ah, bitch, nigga.
Man, that.
I didn't get a headshot with that one. Man, everybody, I appreciate y'all tuning in and fucking with me. I apologize for all the technical difficulties we was having earlier. The streaming kept stopped.
Damn!
And I do gotta take my black ass to bed so I can get to work. Get up for work. Which the fucked up part is really I have insomnia like a motherfucker. So even if I go to sleep at 4 o'clock in the motherfucking morning, I'm still gonna wake up at 7. But the thing is, I need to get my ass up and walk my dog and all that shit before work, so I need to take my ass to sleep. Oh my God, it's 3:25. What is that? What is that? Nigga jumped in the bush and disappeared. But you know what?
Not now!
Hey, all the way over there.
Man.
Why you can't be at the house, my nigga? Cause I want to finish listening to this book, and I want y'all to kick it with me and listen to it.
The people at the tables in the counter watched us closely as we left. There would be much talk, and it wouldn't be long before Tony was informed about us leaving together.
Hello?
If I knew Tony,
It's Amanda.
he'd make a beeline
Amanda
for his money
DeSanta.
stash. No
We
pimp
met at my house.
with anything on the ball would trust his woman in the company of her ex-pimp.
Look, I know that
There was
you
no
and my
time for any
husband
bullshit,
and Trevor
so I drove
Phillips
straight
are...
to her apartment.
I don't know what the fuck
Get
you're
the
up
money
to, but I can
and
make a
whatever
pretty good
clothes we can
guess.
drop together at
There's
once.
some weird things going
I
on.
ordered.
Is he okay?
He jumped out of the car and ran up the stairs. I glanced at my watch. I wasn't afraid of Tony, but I didn't want any static from him until I got that money in my pocket. After that, I didn't give a damn what he did. I wasn't planning on kicking back no $6 grand. It didn't take her long. She came out with 2 suitcases under her arms, walking fast. Before she got to the car, another girl came out of the building behind her and ran down the steps. Their voices came drifting to me. "Boots, you know what you're doing, girl? Tony gonna kill you. At least leave his money. You know how he is about that." Boots hesitated. I yelled out the window, "Bitch, if you don't get your ass in this car, I'm gonna kill you myself." I stared at the girl holding Boots' arm. "And if you don't turn her arm loose and get the hell out of my game, bitch, I'll get out of here and break one of your funky legs." She released Boots. "I know you, Horson. I'm gonna tell Tony just what you said." "It don't make me no difference if you tell your black-ass mammy, bitch," I yelled, and jumped out of the car. Boots ran over and pushed her suitcases into the back seat. I climbed back in and started the car up. "Set it out, woman," I said, and held my hand out for the money. If you've never had a woman give you $6,000, it will be hard to understand what I felt at that moment. When she set that money in my hand, it was like I had just taken a heavy drug. The blood raced to my head, and I believed I owned the world. How sweet it is.
I'll never forget after Sarai. Let me say this with something. It was Crystal. Yeah. Nigga, that one time, cause I'm still, nah. Matter of fact, she was before Sarai. And it wasn't even that. She got down, but we wasn't no business partners or none of that shit. And she was just she was just a young lady that was downtown all the time. You know, she was doing her thing. And I was downtown with my nigga Smokey and Charlie Brown. And we be down there hustling or whatever. And I remember one night, she had walked up to me and she was like, "You got some money?" And I was like, "No." Because I had some money, but you know, she asked me, "You got some money?" No. She's like, "Well, here." Yeah. Okay, for real? Yeah, I can't. My nigga can't be out here broke. I'm your nigga, like. But wasn't I wasn't her nigga as far as her boyfriend, but I was her nigga. The nigga that's downtown hustling. I'm the nigga that she chose that she fuck with, basically. Yeah, she made sure and she knew I was down there hustling and all the shit. But and then Sarai came. Minneapolis, I miss Minneapolis like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. Minneapolis was that was the motherfucking place, bro. Like I left Seattle and went to Minneapolis. Seattle's my second home. That's my home. When motherfuckers really ask me where I'm from, I'll tell them I'm from Seattle. I'm from the Central District. That's where, my reputable situation and all that is at. But I'm originally from Fairfield. But either way, 2001, I left Seattle and moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Whole story of before that and why and all that shit. But went to Minneapolis, and when I first went there, I ain't know shit about it. Why? My God, Minneapolis be yanking. Nigga, they used to be lit for the 18 and up clubs, the Skyway. My nigga, 18 and up club don't close until 2 o'clock, bruh. No, it was the 18 and up closed at 1, and the bar closed up at 2. And motherfuckers leave the bar and come up to the 18 and up, and it was Yankee. That shit used to be Yankee. Motherfuckers was not leaving downtown, nigga. 5th and Hennepin, motherfuckers is not leaving until 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm talking about, nigga, like when the club shut out and everybody outside in the parking lot at their cars, motherfuckers that ain't got no cars, the motherfuckers that's downtown hustling, nigga, nigga, it be packed with everybody, nigga, and oh my God, it is like that every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday and Tuesday be the only nights that ain't shit really yanking. Cause Monday, nigga, everybody just went back to work. Tuesday is Tuesday. Wednesday is the middle of the week. Nigga, Thursday night, ladies night. Friday, nigga. Saturday, it's Saturday. Sunday, one more night, nigga, before we gotta go back to work. It was yanking all the time, cuz, oh my God, bruh. The Target Center, where the motherfucking, the Timberwolves played, bro. Bro, they got concerts in that motherfucker every goddamn week, my nigga. Ticketmaster right upstairs in the building across the street from the city center, my nigga. Tickets only be like $40. You downtown hustling all day, my nigga. $40 ain't shit, bro. Buying tickets to every fucking thing that came. Cedric the Entertainer, Mike Epps, nigga Chris Rock, the Friday After Next tour, anger management tour, mystical, hella shit, bro. The shit that I got to. Oh my God, I love it out there. What? How? God! Oh my God, oh my God. Nigga. If I must say, nigga, Minneapolis, bro. Brooklyn Park, Tangletown, over south, over north. I can't help but to think about it because of what's going on out there right now. And to think, like, if I had not have left, like, what would have been the... But the crazy part is I would have been gone because if I didn't leave the... I had to deal with a fucked up situation of which way am I going. Sarai wanted me to go to St. Louis with her. Sam wanted to go wherever I was going. Sarai and Sam did not get along. Sam was making something go on that I couldn't deny her if she was like, I'm going where you're going. And I'm like, you should just go back to New Orleans, because she was from New Orleans. Like, you should, go back home. She's like, no, wherever you go, that's where I'm going. And I thought I was going to St. Louis with Sarai. But Sam was like, I'm going with you, so we went to California. And I swear going to California was the motherfucking biggest mistake in my motherfucking life ever. On my mama. That's why to this day I have the motherfucking, I'm living by the code of no going backwards, always moving forward. There's no reason to ever go back to anything you ever left, because all you doing is going back to exactly what you left. Ain't shit changed, ain't nothing finna be no different. There ain't gonna be no super new opportunities and all, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I thought. I left Fairfield, California, nigga, when I was 11 years old. And my family and everybody was still in California. So at that time when that situation came up and Sam was like, oh, shit, it's time to go back to California. And it's 20 degrees below zero out this motherfucker. I ain't been around my family in forever. Go back there, man. Be around my loved ones, my relatives. And was that a motherfucking horse? Oh, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. What the fuck is it, you motherfucker? God damn it, I missed the horse. Nigga, a horse just came running out the forest for no reason. I think. But yeah, nigga made that move going back to California, boy. I mean, I had, you know, like, but I'm just, like, a lot of that other shit that I had to go through out there, I feel like is due to making the dumbass decision to go back, like, never move backwards, go forwards. So if I ever decide to leave this motherfucker, which I know I am deciding, I just don't know when is gonna be the time. Like when I leave Oregon, I'm going to somewhere new, in a whole nother state I ain't never been to before. City I ain't never seen, never been to, don't know nobody, all the shit. I won't be going back to Washington, won't go back to California, won't go back to Minnesota. There's no reason. I've lived there, seen, done whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? If I go back to Seattle, same shit. New niggas, so
Come on,
and a lot of the same niggas. Still downtown on 3rd and Pike, or 3rd and Pine, in front of the McDonald's. Or White Center. Or I mean Westlake. Pioneer Square, Belltown, Chinatown, South End. All the same shit still going on. I already know it. Don't matter how much grown I am, how be the same old motherfucker I'd see. Because all my cousins and them is still out. Like I got hella family that I'm not related to, blood related, but that's my family. And I'm still in contact with motherfuckers, but it's, yeah, I just be pulled right back into the same shit no matter how much I'm trying to grow and do better and do other shit. Yeah, nah, no time for it. But Minneapolis though, god damn, boy.
Man, you got off lucky, homie.
Chicago. That's what I call Minneapolis. It's not what I call it. But that's my little nickname for it, Minnecago. Cause nigga, everybody in motherfucking Minneapolis is from Chicago. Nigga, when you ask motherfucker, where you from? Chicago. Where you from? Chicago. Where you from? Chicago, 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 Chicago. Chicago, man. I used to love taking trips to the Go-Go. Harold's Chicken, boy. And niggas will take a trip out to Chicago, and if you out in Chicago, while you out there, boy, we hitting the grocery store, going to Aldi's and doing our grocery shopping while we out here. Aldi's ain't it's not in Minnesota, but Aldi's, I guess I heard they got Aldi's in like New York or something too. Well, Aldi's, nigga, that motherfucker, boy, you go in there with $100, boy, you coming out with like 3 baskets worth of food. Like, what the fuck? You filling your basket up, you think your shit finna be like $600-700, nigga, and they be like, and your total is $67.45. What the fuck? Did you get all this shit? Yeah, the shit that you already rang up. Did you get all of that? Cause what? Nigga. Niggas is snakish as a motherfucker too that was out there. It's dumbass snakish. RP to the homie Q. Cause they burnt that nigga up, bro. Guys, I got so many stories I do want to talk about and tell, but I don't know y'all niggas like that. Y'all don't know me like that. Y'all ain't that interested. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know you be telling me all that kind of shit.
Man, look the fuck out.
Yeah, memories, my nigga. And that all the memories sparked from that little shit he just said. Cause my God, bro, was oh my God. That last bit, leaving Minnesota. Sarah wasn't playing, nigga. She wasn't playing, and she was not playing. Motherfucking spoiled brat before that. Shit.
You know what? Fuck this.
Hey, God damn it. And that's why I know I got asshole problems. And that's why a lot of this shit out here fucks with me a lot because I am so not trying to be no asshole and all this shit. These people be just being so mean and they just be making it. Oh my God, you're gonna make me say something. Don't, please leave me alone. I know I need to shut up, y'all. My bad. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Cause I need to take my black ass to bed. What the fuck am I doing? Just driving. Because I'm just driving and talking. Like his motherfuckers is in the car. You know, I feel like sharing stories and shit. Ooh. Be glad they ain't got Thiz out here. Cause my nigga, if they had Thiz pills out here, Thiz pills had you running your motherfucking mouth. Oh, story time like a motherfucker. Won't shut the fuck up. I never forget to see. I want to tell stories because the first time I popped a Thiz pill, oh my God, bro, that's a story. I'll start this other dope story. How did I get put on my hood? Story. How did I get so many stories? And you know what it is? It's because I want to tell these stories without having to be in the story place. Because there's this one place that they send fellas to where niggas be having to tell campfire stories, brother, but they don't be getting to be around the campfire. And I don't want to tell stories there. I'd rather tell stories here where, you know, I can see some laughter and, you know, people can learn from my mistakes. But let me shut the fuck up and I'm gonna let this nigga read this book, because that's what it's about.
Yes. Will we go on horsing? She asked. She tried to...
I'm trying to park the screen on somewhere that the game will allow it to keep functioning so that way y'all can listen to the book. If you choose to. You surely don't have to. But if you do, you'll be listening to the book with me. That's how I think of it. Bruh, I'm not finna drive all the way over to that motherfucker. Oh, look at that motherfucking moon. Oh, that's so nice. Look at all the motherfucking stars, Cuddy. That shit look dope. Bruh, if they make a motherfucking shooting star go by while I'm looking at these motherfucking stars in the game, cuz that'd be sick to the motherfucker, bro. And that'd be some shit I wonder is how many motherfuckers have been playing the game and noticed that there was a shooting star. Not one. Oh well. Get your bitch ass out the car.
Sound cheerful, but I could feel the fear gnawing at her. I couldn't blame her. I knew that I was the only thing between her and a broken back. If she had had a hint of what I was thinking, she would have jumped out and run for dear life. I hadn't made up my mind yet on what to do with her, but one thing was sure. Whenever I told a whore they couldn't leave me and come back, I meant every word of it. I wasn't a bus driver. A bitch couldn't catch a ride with me whenever she made up.
God, what be wrong with us?
Boots' eyes got big as I pulled
People
up.
don't know. I mean, really. And there's no way, shape, or form do I agree with any way of this thinking anymore.
But I'm sure in the hell gonna check in. I said.
I can't.
She stared at me angrily.
I can't.
Orson, you lied to me just to get your hands on Tony's money. I leaned over and slapped the shit out of her. First, bitch, don't call me no lie. Second, it ain't Tony's money. It's mine. Whatever inconvenience the bitch was going to cause me, I had to put up with it for at least the next 2 hours. She followed me docile to the motel. I checked us in, and we settled down. I made her go out and get her bags. When she returned, I was counting my money. She glared at me. Listen, whore, I ain't about to have you walking around me rolling your eyes, so just keep all them goddamn funny looks to yourself. Being cruel to her was really unnecessary. This was the first time in my life I had ever seen her broken. There was no doubt in my mind about that. She was completely lost.
Who was it?
Her head hung down, and she looked at me sadly.
Why is it turning you down, Cuddy?
Why? What did I ever do to you to make you want to do this to me? When I...
Man, I don't even know. Is that Fatima? He got Fatima back?
As ever. She walked as though she possessed something other women didn't have. On you. So you hold on to it. You know the money's in it now. She clutched the envelope to her.
I don't want to go that far.
I drove a park beside it. Well, baby, go through with this. She stalled. Give me back the money, Dad, if you don't... No, should it? She replied. I could tell she was waiting. Or when I awoke to find that Ruby hadn't come home. My frantic telephone calls, first to women's division at the police station, then the hospital. The fear that something had happened to her, all this and more rushed back to me because of her comment. But to hell with Ruby, I thought. It was good riddance. I had bigger plans.
He ain't talking
Perhaps
about
I didn't
you,
say that quite right. Boots began again. What I really wanted to know, Horson, is what you plan on doing now that you ain't got nobody. For some reason, bitch, I can't seem to figure out where you're coming from. You know, without my telling you, that ain't none of your business. But you still wouldn't put yourself on Front Street for that reason. What's the real deal? You done got fed up with the large stable you're living in? Or is it that Tony wouldn't dare make a black bitch his main woman over all them white girls he got? She stared around the restaurant with unseeing eyes. I knew I'd hit the tender spot. Since you're so curious, I went on. I'll tell you my plans. Sometime in the morning, I'm going to pack my bags and hit the highway. I haven't made up my mind yet to where I'm going, but Detroit will be 300 miles behind me this time tomorrow. It would have been impossible for a blind man not to see that my words hit home.
I want to know where I'm
She let out her breath slowly.
I want to be planned all the way to fuck
Take me with you, Horson. If you do, I'll be yours for life. Why? I asked her point blank. The question caught her by surprise. She looked up at me sincerely. Why? I'll tell you why. Tony don't need me. All he needs is a banker. That's all I am to him.
Up there.
Somewhere in the back of my mind, her words rang a bell. Banker? What you talking about, Boots? With a sigh, she began to talk. He said he was going to buy his new Cadillac with it. Where is it? Her eyes met mine for a moment. Then she looked away. I got to put up at my apartment.
Faster.
She caught her breath and asked, "You really leaving in the morning, Horson?"
Clean.
The jukebox began to play the number by John Coltrane, These Foolish Things. I sat back and smiled. What goes around, comes around. I could see it in the bitch's eyes.
Comes down.
That money belonged to me.
I wish I knew then what
All
I
you
know
got to
now.
do is walk out to my car and open the trunk. All my clothes are already packed, sitting out there waiting for me to ride out.
Goes round, comes back.
Her voice was hoarse. Let's get up and walk out and make one stop. I'll run in and get the money, and then we can hit the highway. Right now, Horson. I'll give you every penny of it. She stopped long enough to get her breath. It don't make no difference when we leave. If you was going, we can just as well leave now. Now that was just like a bitch, I thought to myself coldly. She didn't stop to think that I might have some business of my own to take care of. I knew she was on the borderline and could jump either way. So I pushed her. I wasn't going to allow her time to think, because if she did, she might change her mind about that money. She knew as well as I did that once she took that money, Tony would break her back, wherever he found her. Her only chance would be to put many miles between her and Tony. I manipulated her like a puppy on a leash. Let's go, I said sharply, not giving her time to reason. She stood up, bewildered. Where? She asked in a shocked voice. The people at the tables and the counter watched us closely as we left. There would be much talk, and it wouldn't be long before Tony was informed about us leaving together. If I knew Tony, he'd make a beeline for his money stash. No pimp with anything on the ball would trust his woman in the company of...
I appreciate everybody who shared the broadcast and gave some love. Thank y'all for fucking with me. Punk ass place. GMB, man. 2 fingers up on you bitch niggas and the pinkies for my bruh. 646.
My ex-pimp. There was no time for any bullshit, so I drove straight to her apartment.
No blanket, no
Get the
pillow,
money
fuck that.
and whatever
Just go
clothes
to
you
bed.
can toss together at once. I ordered. She jumped out of the car and ran up the stairs. I glanced at my watch. I wasn't afraid of Tony, but I didn't want any static from him until I got that money in my pocket. After that, I didn't give a damn what he did. I wasn't planning on kicking back no $6 grand. It didn't take her long. She came out with 2 suitcases under her arms, walking fast. Before she got to the car, another girl came out of the building behind her and ran down the steps. Their voices came drifting to me. Boots, you know what you're doing, girl? Tony gonna kill you. At least leave his money. You know how he is about that. Boots hesitated. I yelled out the window. Bitch, if you don't get your ass in this car, I'm gonna kill you myself. I stared at the girl holding Boots' arm. And if you don't turn her arm loose and get the hell out of my game, bitch, I'll get out of here and break one of your funky legs. She released Boots. I know you, Horson. I'm gonna tell Tony just what you said. It don't make me no difference if you tell your black-ass mammy, bitch, I yelled, and jumped out of the car. Boots ran over and pushed her suitcases into the back seat. I climbed back in and started the car up. Set it out, woman, I said, and held my hand out for the money. If you have never had a woman give you $6,000, it will be hard to understand what I felt at that moment. When she set that money in my hand, it was like I had just taken a heavy drug. The blood raced to my head, and I believed I owned the world. How sweet it is. Where we going, Horson? She asked. She tried to sound cheerful, but I could feel the fear gnawing at her. I couldn't blame her. I knew that I was the only thing between her and a broken back. If she had had a hint of what I was thinking, she would have jumped out and run for dear life. I hadn't made up my mind yet on what to do with her, but one thing was sure. Whenever I told a whore they couldn't leave me and come back, I meant every word of it. I wasn't a bus driver. A bitch couldn't catch a ride with me whenever she made up her mind to do it. Since I didn't want any trouble from Tony until after I took off my big sting, I found a motel in the outskirts. Boots' eyes got big as I pulled up and parked. We ain't gonna check in here, are we? Well, I don't know what the hell you gonna do, but I'm sure in the hell gonna check in, I said. She stared at me angrily. Horson, you lied to me just to get your hands on Tony's money. I leaned over and slapped the shit out of her. God. First, bitch, don't call me no liar. Second,
I lied.
It ain't Tony's money. It's mine.
Sandwich.
Whatever inconvenience the bitch was going to cause me, I had to put up with it for at least the next few hours. She followed me docilely into the motel. I checked us in, and we settled down. I made her go out and get her bags. When she returned, I was counting my money. She glared at me. Listen, whore, I ain't about to have you walking around me rolling your eyes, so just keep all them goddamn funny looks to yourself. Being cruel to her was really unnecessary. This was the first time in my life I had ever seen her broken. There was no doubt in my mind about that. She was completely lost. Her head hung down, and she looked at me sadly. Why, Horson? Why? What did I ever do to you to make you want to do this to me? When I was with you, I gave you every penny I ever made. Don't that mean something to you? Her voice broke. She started crying silently. What is it, Horson? What is it? Do you hate women or something like that?
You left.
A man just don't be cruel like you're being for no reason at all. Bitch, let me tell you something. Your tears, your name calling, it ain't nothing but humorous to me. You can talk from now on. It ain't gonna mean a thing, because as far as one of you fucking bitches is concerned, my understanding is completely zero. For several minutes, she just stared at me. I guess you could be tough when a woman's concerned, but I wonder how you'll act if Tony rides down on you. If you're trying to make me mad, Boots, forget it. I got Tony's money in my pocket, and if he rides down on me, it's gonna still stay in my pocket. She swore bitterly. God damn it, you Detroit niggas ain't no earthly good. With a jerk, she pulled her blouse off, then loosened her bra. I watched her coldly as she wiggled out of her skirt and panties. Without a backward look, she marched off towards the shower. The sound of running water filled the room. I stretched out on the bed. I still had 2 hours to go before picking up Stella. We would have to arrive at the church at the exact minute. I went over my plan again. Everything depended on the timing. Preacher had a bunch of wine heads lined up. He promised them $10 each just to sit in the church, so I could figure on it being full when we arrived. Boots came out of the bathroom and lay down on the bed beside me. I'd taken my shirt off to get comfortable. She twisted around so that her head was on my chest. Her hands began to wander up and down, promising temporary pleasure. Her body was too tempting, even after so many as I went out the door. To me, it didn't really make any difference. She could stay or leave.
decides to do that on its own.
It was a clear, starlit night. Most of the traffic was gone. It was that in-between hour of the evening. When I got downtown, Stella was standing in front of Hudson's department store. When I blew my horn, she came running over, her black silk dress hugging her hips provocatively. Her eyes sparkled at the sight of me. "Oh, Johnny, I was so worried you changed your mind." She stepped into the car, displaying more class than I was accustomed to. I let my eyes run up and down her body slowly. It made her happy when I looked at her like that. She knew she was getting old, so I guess she figured she was losing her looks. The dress brought out her complexion, though, and when she smiled, it made her look 10 years younger. We stopped and had dinner at Harry's Supper Club before continuing on our way. When I pulled up in front of the church, I saw by my watch that I was 2 minutes early. I pulled her to me and kissed her. She complained happily, "Stop, Johnny, you're going to mess up my makeup." When a woman is really in love, she looks desirable, or maybe it was just the $20,000 I was about to get. Whatever it was, something made her look very drunk to know what was going on, while others thought it was the real deal going down. I glanced around and noticed one winehead holding his woman in her chair. She was too drunk to sit up by herself. I held my breath, prayed that it would end in a hurry, and rushed Stella towards the front of the church. If Stella had been black, she would have been hip immediately. But she had never been in a black church before, so whatever she saw was bound to look strange. The organ player began to play "Here Comes the Bride." I stared at Preacher, hoping like hell he would hurry. My stomach flipped over on me as though I was standing in front of a judge, getting ready to be sentenced on first degree. Preacher mumbled out the words, and I managed to get my yeses in at the right place. As soon as it was over, I kissed the bride. I let out a sigh of relief. One drunk came up and tried to kiss the bride, but I pushed him away. I didn't give a damn about him kissing her. I just didn't want her to smell like goddamn booze on his breath. I handed Preacher a fat envelope. "Here you go, Reb," I said. "Maybe this will help you get a larger church." He grinned and accepted the sealed envelope. "Good luck to both of you happy people. May you get what you both hope for." Stella was beaming with happiness. "Thank you, sir," she replied sweetly. Her face was full of joy, and for a moment, I hated myself for the low-down trick I was getting ready to put on her. I glanced over my shoulder and saw one of the drunk-ass bitches trying to do a striptease. I damn near shit on myself until I saw someone pull her back down to her seat. After that, I didn't waste any time getting the hell out of there with Stella. She seemed to enjoy my dilemma. When we got outside, she acted like she wanted to go back in. "All I want to do is thank all the nice people for showing up," she said happily. "The hell with the nice people," I replied quickly. "They would have been here anyway. It's a church night." Again, I held the door for her while she got in. A little more clean. I had experienced enough filth and poverty to last me 4 lifetimes. When I pulled up in her driveway, I could see that her house was in the $50,000 bracket. It was far more than just a modern ranch-type home with a beautiful lawn. There was enough room on her property to hold 10 inner-city homes, with room to spare. The inside of the house turned out to be just as beautiful. Wall-to-wall carpet, rooms big enough for a man to really live in. I felt good at the thought of all this being mine now, if I wanted it. But I had my cap set for bigger prey. This was just the beginning. Stella was just one more woman for me to use on my way to the top. Right then, I came face to face with myself. I didn't care for no one woman, black or white. They were all just stepping stones. Life had become a giant jungle for me, in which the coldest, most brutal animal won. To fight your way out of the quicksand of the slums, I removed the money and set it on the bed. It was the first time in my life I had ever seen so much money. I slowly counted it while she staggered out to refill our drinks. When she returned, I was drunk on power. Green power. I stacked the money on the dresser. Stella now wore only her slip. I caught her around the waist. If I hadn't known myself so well, I would have sworn I was in love. I pushed her down on the bed and pulled one of her straps loose, revealing one of her beautiful pink tits. I put my mouth over it and slowly ran my tongue up and down on the nipple until it became hard. I could feel my penis rearing like it was about to bust out of my pants. The money had excited me more than anything else in my life. I mounted her, with my pants still on, and rammed myself down into her. She caught her breath quickly, but loved it all at the same time. I took her roughly, pounding up and down in her until she moaned. When she reached up for me, I clutched her tightly in my arms and gave her the best $20,000 fuck I had ever given. We lay beside each other, breathing heavily. Soon her light snore came to me. I rolled over and stared down at her face. Gently, I kissed her cheek. I really liked Stella, but I couldn't allow my emotion. Heavy game was part of nature. I washed up, then came back and picked my money up and took it into the front room. I counted it again. When I finished, I wrote Stella a brief note, trying to say goodbye as gently as possible. This one small act of kindness was ruined for me as I thought of her waking up in the morning alone. When she found out she had lost her one opportunity to satisfy her sex drive, and that one fuck had cost her 20 grand, she would be one mad bitch. As I walked out the front door, uncontrollable laughter escaped from me. Mocking laughter, filled with bitterness and hate. After locking the money in my car trunk, I went back to the motel. I was filled with an intoxicating drug, stronger than drink, more pleasing than drugs, the ripening fruit of greed. If Boots was still at the motel, she would really find out what payback was all about. Boots met me at the door. "Get your bag, whore. I'm ready to ride out." Joy leaped in her eyes. She ran back in the room and came out with her bags and mine. I peeled rubber as I left the motel parking lot. Life was beginning to look sweeter and sweeter. I drove out to the city limits and pulled up in an all-night gas station to get the tank filled. While waiting, I made a phone call to Tony. One of his girls answered the phone. "Honey, I said he was taking a bath, and I don't think he wants to be disturbed." Her voice was low and polite. "Bitch!" I snarled into the receiver. "You tell him that this is Horson on the phone." I could hear her relaying the message to someone else in the room. Almost instantly, Tony's angry voice came over the line. "Horson, dig, baby. Don't play games with me." Before I could answer, he rushed on. "Listen, man, I don't give a fuck about that whore, but I do want you to return my money. You understand what I'm talking about? I can dig where you're coming from, baby, but having that funky bitch steal my bread is going too far." I laughed loudly. "I just called Tony to find out if you knew payback when you saw it. As you know, baby, the game ain't cop and blow. It's cop, block, and lock." I waited until he quit cursing. "I just want you to know, Tony, that I done blocked your game, copped your whore, and locked up your gold. Can you dig it, player?" His voice was deadly as he replied, but I ignored him and continued to laugh. "All that shit about killing a bitch when you catch her is bullshit, though I couldn't care less what you did to her. I just wanted you to really know, Tom."
So when you see posts like Ari, the real Kyle's sister, talking about he just copped a new Lambo and he copped a bad one, she don't understand what she's saying.
that I repaid you for what you did to me. And you can rest easy on the bitch's account, because I'm going to fix her little red wagon too. I ain't gonna never forget this, he yelled wildly. Then his voice changed, and he begged, just bring me my money back, horse, and that's all I want. I don't want you to never forget it, Tony. And I don't want you to ever forget that I'm the one who did it to you, baby, I said harshly, and slammed the phone down on him. When I reached the car, Boots smiled hesitantly. That was Tony, wasn't it? She asked, a tremor in her voice, revealing her fright. He just got a taste of payback, baby, I replied as I started the car up. I gave the gas station attendant his money and pulled away from the pump. The stars were still bright as I hit the highway for New York. We drove most of the way in silence. Boots attempted to make small conversation, but I ignored her, so she cuddled up in the seat and tried to sleep. When morning came, I was almost there. I kept my foot in the gas tank, eating up the miles. It was noon when I finally reached New York. As soon as I got past the city limits and off the freeway, I pulled over to the curb. Boots stared at me in surprise when I stopped. This is the end of the road for you, bitch, I stated brutally. For a brief second, she just stared at me, too dumbfounded to understand what I meant. What you mean? What you talking about, Daddy? She stared around at the unfamiliar city. Honey, you don't expect me to get out here? Her features were frozen with disbelief. She stared more closely to see if I were joking. Wholesome, you wouldn't do this to me, would you? For an answer, I reached across her and opened the door. It ain't about nothing, bitch, I replied. Just a little payback. She shook her head mutely. She fumbled with her tiny purse and held it under my nose. I ain't got a penny, Horson. I gave you every penny I had in this world, man. Her eyes filled with tears. I'm asking you to please don't do this to me, Horson. Her voice was broken as she continued, I don't know a soul in this goddamn city, man, and ain't got a dime to make a phone call with. I laughed mockingly in her face. You don't know how sweet that is to my ears, Boots. The only regret I got now is that you ain't covered with gasoline so that I could have the pleasure of tossing a match on your funky ass. She stared at me, fighting for control. Do you really mean to keep all that money that I gave you? You ain't gonna give me none of it. Not even enough to rent me a room so I could work out of it and get myself together? Her voice was beginning to get firmer, to take on a frosty chill I should have paid heed to. A room? I laughed. Bitch, if you could buy a house for 1 nickel and had to get it from me, you wouldn't have enough to buy a doorknob on the back door. She didn't bother to answer. She reached over the seat and got her bags. She tossed them out on the ground, then leaned over and spit. Before I could react, she jumped out of the car. I removed my pocket handkerchief and wiped my face. As far as I was concerned, I had come out on top. I watched her in my mirror as I pulled away, standing on the curb, staring after me, her hands on her hips, until I lost her from sight.
Fucked up, cuz. Hella fucked up. I don't even remember what she did to the nigga. Ooh. other code book is dope, man. That motherfucker, man. Cold. I'm glad I never got into the world of hot. What, 70? All the niggas that be selling it end up doing that shit. That's what that dog food. Boy, going off. Boy. God damn, can you hurry up and turn the page, my nigga? The fuck? That wasn't the end of the book, was it? No.
25.
God damn.
The Miss Jones. She was afraid to tell them my first name, but that was understandable. In the circle of white people she moved in, my name would really start some gossip. Even so, I could see some of the more experienced men staring at me closely at times. I knew that they were trying to figure out just what the hell the deal was with me. I smiled. Just the thought of the 25 grand I had put in the bank made me feel legitimate as hell. The phone rang suddenly. Hi, honey. Are you awake yet? Her sweet laughter came tingling along the line. Hell no. I'm dreaming that Janet just called me and wanted to know if she could come up to my apartment and wake me up properly. Horace, dear, I really do wish I could come up, but I know that once you get me in that apartment, you never will behave yourself. So I think I'll take a few precautions, like having you meet me uptown for lunch. Can you make it? Depends on what time you're having lunch, I replied, glancing at my watch. Since it's after 2 o'clock now, wouldn't it have been better just to say supper? Her rich laughter came through the phone again. I was beginning to really enjoy myself with her. Janet was the first woman I had ever dated without having it in the back of my mind to beat her out of something. Since I'd reached her after arriving in New York, I had experienced some truly shocking changes in my life. I didn't have to worry about any phone calls in the middle of the night telling me my woman was in jail or the hospital, so I had begun to relax. For the past few days, I've been wondering more and more what I could invest my money in. Something legitimate for a change. Say in about half an hour, honey? Wouldn't that give you enough time to get up and get ready? She asked sweetly. More than enough, Jan. I hesitated briefly. Listen, sugar, can we go somewhere besides those expensive places you like to go to? No, it isn't the money I'm worried about, I said quickly, cutting off her question. I just don't feel comfortable when I'm sitting in Sardines. That was really an understatement. When I went to places like that with her, I felt like a lackey. I felt everyone could look through me and see I didn't belong. I'll tell you what, Horson. I'll meet you in the lobby of your hotel in half an hour. Then you can choose wherever you like. Honey, I said, trying one more time, if you're coming this far, might as well come upstairs and help me dress. Don't forget, half an hour, she said, and hung up, not even bothering to answer my question. Again, I wondered if it could be possible for Janet to be a virgin. I would have known if she was fucking when we grew up. There had never been any wire out on her making it with anyone. But you never could tell about those things. Since she was in show business, I couldn't imagine all the men she came in contact with not being able to get her pants off. No. Someone, somewhere, had to have copped. I'd find out in the near future, I promised myself. I took a quick shower and dressed carefully, putting on a sky blue silk suit with dark blue matching suede shoes. It was chilly out, so I draped my fall coat over the arm of a chair while I lit up a joint. I had just about finished smoking it when she called from the lobby. I didn't even bother to try to get her to come upstairs. Everything would come to the man with patience. I grabbed my coat and hurried down to the lobby. She was standing against the desk when I got there. She was still thin, with large, lovely eyes. Two young ladies, sitting in the lobby, stared at her openly. I believe they recognized her, but hadn't made up their minds if it was Janet or not. I rushed her out of the hotel and into my car. I removed the ticket from off of the windshield. "I'm gonna start paying these goddamn things soon," I said as we got in the car. "I'll have enough of them to start a collection." She turned to me and smiled. "I know you don't like to eat at some of the places I go, Horson, but I've got an appointment with some people at Harry's Supper Lounge." I couldn't keep the irritation out of my voice. "I guess it doesn't make too much difference, Janet." "Honey, I didn't mean for this to happen, but before I left my place they called, and since it was important, I decided to have the meetings." She continued to explain. "One of the men we're meeting happens to own a booking agency, so I thought you might want to meet me." She added quickly, "You know, these are the kind of people you're going to have to know, Horson, if you want to make it in any part of show business." For a while I remained silent, thinking over what she had said. "You know, all I'm really thinking about opening is a small record company, Janet. To these people you talk to, they're small peanuts. I hate to give them the impression you're wasting your time with someone who's still on the ground floor." Once again I was filled with that feeling of insecurity. I wondered if I was that far out of my depth. She reached over and clutched my arm reassuringly. "Don't worry about it, honey. They're nothing but flesh and bones. You came out of the slums, Horson. Here you are, not even 25 yet, with money in the bank. Why, all you have to do is pick out a field you like, and you're young enough to learn by your mistakes. By the time you reach 30, you'll have a full knowledge of what you're doing." She smiled at me and continued, "Most of the people you'll meet will be men and women just like yourself. People who wouldn't believe that all life had to offer them was a small-paying job in someone else's office or plant. They had ambition and confidence in themselves. That's why they're where they're at today." A doorman opened the car door for us when I pulled up in front of the place. My knees trembled slightly. It was another world to me, but I knew I was buying chips in the game, and I planned on playing my hand to a T. I got out, and we walked inside the club. The head waiter knew Janet on sight. He led us to a table where 3 men and 1 woman were already sitting. The men stood up as we approached. Janet introduced me to the men, and I shook hands with all of them, then nodded slightly towards the woman. One of the men pulled Janet's chair out and held it for us as we sat down. I gritted my teeth, wishing I had thought of doing it first. Once or twice I caught the woman's eyes on me, appraising me openly. She was in her early 30s and had sharp, keen features. Her eyes were a pale green that matched the flaming red hair she wore in a huge beehive. I wondered idly if it was really her hair or a dye job. "Janet, dear, you're just going to have to tell me where you found this beautiful specimen of a man. Just look at him," she exclaimed as I blushed. "He even blushes beautifully." The men around the table laughed. I put on my most charming smile, hoping it would cover up my embarrassment. "You won't have to worry about Martha now, Mr. Jones." The young man, who'd been introduced as Ringo, said, "If she likes you, she won't write anything nasty about you in her column." I stared closely at the blond young man they called Ringo. Something about his name had rung a bell in the back of my mind, but because of my nervousness, I couldn't put my finger on it. "Don't worry about anything Ringo has to say, darling," she replied, patting my arm affectionately. "He's probably still carrying a grudge over the loss of Janet. You already know, don't you, darling, that Janet and Ringo were engaged to take the big jump?" She smiled brightly at everyone at the table, but I hadn't missed the bright glitter in her eyes as she told the old news. She watched for my reaction, but I was beginning to get on firm ground now. I was used to the sharp claws of malicious women. "Yes," I replied cheerfully. "Janet told me earlier that Mr. Ringo would be here. I have been aware of him, but I haven't had the opportunity to meet him until today." I glanced up at Janet and saw the relief in her eyes. After that, the conversation became more formal. They discussed the idea of having Janet and Ringo go on a 3-month tour of the West Coast after she completed her bookings in the East. I could tell from the look in Ringo's eye that he was all for the tour. He and Janet had the same agent, and the agent was all for the trip. It wasn't hard for my inexperienced mind to grasp what was behind the scheme. Ringo hadn't had a record in the top 100 in the past 2 years. With Janet drawing the crowd, they would be able to cash in on the rumors about their past romance, plus rebuild his image. Ringo was hungry. I watched his cold blue eyes search Janet's face. She kept her eyes away from him. She was up on what was going down. She glanced at me shyly. I shook my head, wanting her to know I didn't want her going for the deal at all. Martha caught my motion and smiled. "Mr. Jones, I believe you might have a surprise for a lot of people in this town." I grinned at her in return, staring into her eyes until she looked away. I wanted her to know that I was a man and not some woman's play toy. I decided to put all my marbles in the pot at once. When a man has dealt with women all his life, he has a feeling about them that is seldom wrong. I knew that many women were slow to make a decision, but if you backed them in a corner, they would accept it. I decided to put Janet in a corner. I really didn't have that much to lose. Either she went for it, or I started to pimp everything that wore a skirt in New York. "I don't think Janet will be able to accept that offer," I began, and waited until I was sure I had everyone's attention, because we're getting married next month. Just like that, I laid it on the table. Everything was hanging out. Janet's mouth dropped open, and she looked like she was having trouble breathing. Martha was the first one to regain her composure. "Is that correct, Janet? Can I quote you on that?" Her questions were sharp and to the point. Janet nodded her head in agreement and continued to stare at me in utter shock. Martha jumped up and ran to the phone. The gray-headed agent ordered a round of drinks for everyone, while Ringo shot daggers across the table at me. I returned his stare. "Up your ass, Peckerwood," I said to myself coldly. This was one little black girl. You gray boys wouldn't get a chance to play out of a million. When Martha returned, we had a few more drinks, then got ready to go. When Janet got up and came around the table, I took her arm. I began to steer towards the door. Before I could react, a flashbulb went off in my face. I jerked my head back, but I was too late. The damage had been done. I stared angrily after the girl with the camera. "What's wrong, Mr. Jones? A man as handsome as you are shouldn't mind someone taking your picture," Martha said lightly. "Besides, I want Janet's fans to see the wonderful specimen she's managed to latch onto." Outside the club, we shook hands again. Then I managed to get Janet away and into my car. We rode in silence for a few blocks. "Why did you do that, Orson?" she asked slowly. "Why? I don't know why you even bothered to ask me something like that, woman, unless you were interested in making that tour with that high-paid pimp," I replied, fighting for time to get my answers together. "You don't have to call Ringo any names, Orson. And it sure wasn't necessary for you to go and put your foot in your mouth like that," she replied. The anger was coming now. "If you didn't like the idea, why didn't you just tell your lily-white friends that I was lying?" Eyes were filled with tears. "Playing on you, hell," I replied sharply. "Was pretty Ringo playing on you when they tried to get you to go on that goddamn tour?" "I could have handled that myself," she explained softly. "Anyway, it's understandable. Ringo wanted to marry me, and still does, for that matter. Why shouldn't he want to go on a tour with me? He probably thinks it will help his chances out." "Marry you, my black ass. You black bitches kill me. Every time one of you gets a little bit of money and a white man looks at you, you really think he wants to marry you? Bullshit. All he wants to do is play you out of that cash." I reached over and pulled the car shades down so she could see herself in the little mirror on the back. "Look at that and tell me what you see." "No, that's all right. I'll tell you what you'll see. A black woman. Not the most beautiful black woman in the world either. Just a young, cute black girl. Now, not counting all the fine-ass white girls out there, Let's talk about the fine-ass black ones. I stopped and caught my breath. Wherever Mr. Ringo sings at, you can bet money there's some pretty, not cute, but pretty, beautiful black girls in the audience listening. And some of them girls would jump out of a 10-story window just to be able to carry Mr. Ringo's shorts. Yet you don't find him taking any of them home to mama, do you? You bet your goddamn ass you don't, I stated, not giving her time to answer. I pulled up in front of my hotel and parked. I want you to come upstairs for a minute. I got something I want to show you. Without waiting for her answer, I got out and walked towards the entrance. She followed meekly behind me. We remained silent until we got out of the elevator from her words. You may not know it, she continued, but Ringo happens to be Jewish, so he knows all about being discriminated against. I happen to know he came from a poor background the same as I did. You better damn well bet he did, I said harshly. Let me tell you something, little mixed-up fool. When I was in prison, I learned something about white folks, and Jews in particular. Dig this first, baby, I said, waving her quiet. Out of all the Ofays in prison, the only ones I wouldn't mess with were the Jews, baby. And you know why? Well, I'll tell you. A poor Jew catches damn near as much hell as a black man in this country, honey. You hear me? If he goes south, they might beat his goddamn ass if them hillbillies feel like it. You know what I mean? I stared at her closely, then continued. That's why I say this. When a poor Jew starts climbing, baby, he knows he has one strike against him already. You dig? Just because he's a Jew. Now I want you to look me in the eye and tell me, do you really believe a young Jew boy who was raised in a cold water flat, rats running all over the motherfucking place, will intentionally go all out of his way to marry a woman with 2 strikes against her? Not one like he got, but 2. Do you really believe he would? I stared at her, as though she was losing her mind. She held her head and staggered over to the couch and sat down. I just don't know, Horson. I really don't. What you say may be true, and then again, it may not. She dropped her head. Okay, then, baby, just think about this and try to answer it for me. I went on, realizing I had her going. If you think I'm lying, why don't you go with me this evening, and I'll show you damn near every white boy we see who's really pimping. And I mean pimping, with white girls and black ones, is Jewish. I stared at her intently. I just told her one of the damnedest lies. If she asked me to prove it, I didn't have the faintest idea where to find any white pimps at, let alone any Jewish ones. She jumped up for my acting ability. I grabbed her and opened the book, making her see where I had close to $25,000 in the bank. She stared at the figures, not really believing her own eyes. The tears stopped flowing as she tried to understand what she was seeing. She had known I had money in the bank, but by no stretch of the imagination would she have believed such a large figure. Now, do you still believe I want you just for your money? I asked slowly. I sat down and pulled her in my arms. She was still shook up. But Horson, she managed to say before I interrupted. But hell, I said, and kissed her. It's your choice now, baby. Either you own a black man, or it's really true that you done got color struck, and you won't be satisfied unless you get your own white owl. I was dealing the matter now from the bottom of the deck, and I didn't believe she was fast enough to catch on. She tried to deny it. Horson, you know that ain't true. Prove it, baby, I said flatly, and pushed her back on the bed. Before she realized it, I had her out of her blouse and was working on her skirt. I kissed her around the neck as she tried to stop my searching hands. Please, Horson, please. Not like this, she managed to say. I found the zipper on her skirt and opened the button over it. With one smooth motion, I removed skirt and half-slip. She glanced down at herself, surprised. I had her undressed down to her panties and bra. Stop, Horson, stop! She started to squirm, but I pinned one of her arms behind her head while lying on the other one. Without allowing her time to think, I pushed one side of her bra and stared down at her one small breast. Quickly, I covered it with my mouth, slowly releasing her arm as I felt her struggle cease. "Please, Orson, please. Don't do this to me. Not like this." Her pleading was in vain. I could feel her hand on the back of my head as I slowly ran my tongue around her tiny nipple, making it harden. Her breathing became louder and louder. I removed her pants slowly, kissing her navel as I went down. She tried to close her legs, but it was only her last resort against the inevitable. When I mounted her, I had to force an entry because of her tightness. She cried out in pain. I kissed the salty teardrops from her eyelids as the wonderful discovery of her virginity dawned on me. Later, I made love to her slowly and tenderly, helping her over her awkwardness until she finally realized the beauty of lovemaking. She lay in my arms, cuddled up tightly, happy and satisfied. As I lay back and stared at the ceiling, a feeling of tenderness came over me. For once in my life, I knew the meaning of the word love.